rolling.
Okay, it's good. We're here back in London. It's good to see Joanne Shaw Taylor again. And
Nice to see you, my dear.
Happy New Year to you.
Oh yeah, Happy New Year.
And did you have a good Christmas?
I did. I had quite an active Christmas, quite a sociable one, which was exhausting but lovely. And I've eaten and drank everything.
Where did you spend it? Was it back in Detroit, or did you come back to England to your family?
No, I came over mid-December. My dad lives in London, so we stayed here, and I had aunts and uncles drafted in, and yeah, we went out for Christmas lunch, Soho Hotel. Would highly recommend it. It's very nice. Yeah. But yeah, too much food, too much alcohol.
You can never have too much food and alcohol at Christmas.
Yeah.
Well, January's the time to kick out the blues, and good news for UK fans. You're touring again soon.
Yeah, we start March 2nd in Brighton and roll through to, I think, Swansea. We finish.
Swansea, you end up, yeah, Sin City, Swansea, yeah.
Yeah, so it's a good little run. So I'm looking forward to it.
It's great actually, because you're doing 20 dates, and last year, you played like the theatres. This time, it's more of an intimate affair.
Yeah, which was my thinking, or my insistence, really. I mean, I don't really have a preference on what type of venue, but after playing at theatres predominantly, it was kind of time for me I wanted to do something a bit more intimate and kind of like my roots, I grew up in those kind of clubs for years.
That's the way to really listen to the blues, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, and it's, again, it's nice to play a mixture of venues. I like big festivals, I like small intimate clubs, I like theatres, but any time you do one of them constantly, it's...
of course, normally when you play the theatres, you're playing the major towns. With this, you're going, you're going to the fans rather than them having to come to you.
And we try. Sometimes you always miss off one place because you can't get the date, but we try and cover as much ground as possible. And then obviously with the concept for the tour being that I wanted to play the whole album in its entirety as it is track listed, I kind of felt like a VH1 storyteller kind of thing, be able to really put it over the way I intended it to and talk about it a bit more. I kind of felt that would be easier for me in a more intimate kind of environment.
I'd say because you got the album Reckless Heart, it came out last year, toured it, right? So like you just mentioned, you're playing it in its entirety this time. So what was the reason behind that? Was it the fans asking that, or was that your decision?
No, it was me. Again, it kind of went back to I wanted to do something different. We've already toured behind the album in the UK once. So, I didn't really, wasn't really relishing the idea of doing it again. Just in terms of for the fans, I think that's a bit boring. And so how do you do the same album again on a live tour but make it different? Yeah. And it's quite a personal album for me that I just thought that's maybe the best thing. And then it also gives me an excuse to go back to some smaller venues and do more gigs. So it kind of bred from that, really. And then the rest of the set will be voted for by fans, which I'm really excited about that a bit.
And obviously, when I've got a spare moment on the sofa, I'm always looking at Facebook. But I'm sure you've been looking at the poll yourself, having a little sneaky look.
I don't think we've actually started it yet. I think we're going to next week.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, that will be really interesting for me because it's really hard to, after 6 studio albums of original material, the songs I absolutely love, the songs I never thought would work right live. So you try and make the best judgment on what you think people want to hear. And then there's also a case of most people see me once a year. The die-hard fans maybe twice. I have to play Diamonds in Dirt every gig for 2 years or Going Home or whatever the song is.
Well, I might have had enough of that, the hardcore, the real connoisseur fans, they want that song you never play.
Because I'm tired of it, and then you forget that actually people only see it once a year, so maybe they want to hear it. Yeah. And then also just, you take things out of the set because there's some songs that are harder to sing than others, and can you do that many belters in a set? So it will kind of be really interesting to see what the fans vote for.
Is it going to be a longer set? Because I think the previous tour, correct me if I'm wrong, I think you did 7 songs from the album, and this time you're doing all 11.
Yeah, I think we did about 6 or 7.
Yeah.
We didn't do any of the acoustic numbers, so that would be fun as well. I tend to try and keep things about 90 minutes because I think that's a good length concert. Yeah. And also for me, for singing the way I do, my voice can get very tired, so 90 minutes I can be fresh and get through the tour.
One song I was surprised you didn't do in the previous tour, was one of my favourites on the album, the second song, All My Love. Did you play it any dates?
We rehearsed it, and it was one of those ones that, with the set list we'd selected, it was another one that's very hard to sing, and I think we
it's quite raunchy, it's a bit Robert Planty in a way, It's a Led Zeppelin kind of song, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's a bit Joe Cockery, I always thought. So yeah, that was the main reason, but I think it'll work in this because we're doing it second, so you have to think about... Whereas we'd put it, I think, as part of the encore, which is probably a bad decision, because by then, kind of voice is tired, and so it was probably the wrong setting, so I think it'll work really well this time.
And correct me if I'm wrong, you're doing the album in its chronological order, like from track
Yes.
order. So straight in the mood.
Yeah, in the mood, all my love. There's no surprises here. It is just look at the track listing. That's the first part of the set.
I'll say it is a proper UK tour. You know, you're doing Swansea, Wales, you're doing Edinburgh and Glasgow. Sadly, not touching Northern Ireland on this joint. But
No, I mean, it's just one of those things. It doesn't always work out logistically, and it's you know, and the plan was to go to Europe, but now we have to go to America, so it's just one of those things. Unfortunately, we couldn't make it work. Which I would love to go back to Ireland because we did some great. Well, I love Ireland anyway, and I'm a big Guinness drinker. So, you know, we went over a couple of years ago and did Dublin and Belfast. So I'm dying to return.
I imagine you going back to some venues when you first started.
Yeah, I mean, particular one off the top of my head, the Robin. Which
Yeah,
I was
Robin Bilson, cracking venue, yeah,
insistent
absolutely lovely
on
venue that
doing,
is, yeah.
because I just love playing there. We did it a couple of years ago to return. And yeah, any time I can play the Robin is a big one. And then Nels we've done before.
Of course, and I must mention Nels actually, because you know, a lot of people come to London. Not everybody lives in London. A lot of people come from out, you know, from the home counties into London, and not many people know where Nels is exactly. It's one of them sort of newish sort of venues on the map. It's West Kensington.
Yeah.
But it's right by West Kensington Tube. But tell us more about Nels, because it is a great little venue.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously we wanted to put a London date in, and again we were looking at smaller venues, so there were a few options. But we'd already played Nels, and it seemed the right size to be able to do two, which I really wanted to do. And obviously sometimes you have to London because there's, you know, guest list for lovely people like yourself and, you know, press and Sony and...
We don't get free tickets.
Sure we can. So, you know, London fills up, but it's... Yeah, we wanted to do 2 nights. And yeah, I really enjoyed it there. It's the first time I'd been there last time. It was about a year ago, year and a half we did it.
But it's a proper blues venue, you know, like the upstairs is like seated tables and then standing downstairs.
Yeah, that's really what I wanted, kind of a combination, if we could, of seated and standing, which is always hard to do, and we've tried to do it where we can, because obviously I like standing, it's more, you know, atmospheric, but I understand some people like to sit, it's hard to stand for that long. And again, but it's also got that more earthy vibe of, you know, and you're really slap bang with the audience, you know, so that's always good fun. So yeah, it's a perfect venue.
Well, all these venues, the audience will be right in your face, literally, won't they?
I hope so. That's what I like.
And tell us about the support act, because I believe it's a friend of yours, Sonia Lee. So tell us more about Sonia.
Yeah, so Sonia did a date with us a couple of years ago. She stepped in for someone, I think. Oh no, I'd got sick, so we had to rearrange a couple of dates, and she was able to fly over. Dear friend of mine, singer-songwriter from Nashville. Great artist, amazing chick, really kick-ass, everything I like about my female artists, you know, and a similar age to me. So it's nice to get another female artist on the bill, but also one that's slightly different to me, because I think sometimes you can have too much guitar playing in an evening, so it's nice to have, you know, another strong-minded female artist of a slightly different take.
You mentioned female artists, you're a strong supporter of fellow female support artists,
yeah, it kind of, sometimes I think people assume I wouldn't be, like I'm more competitive, but I really hate that notion. I think the more girls out there doing it, the better. You know, and it's music, it shouldn't be a competition.
Exactly,
you know, there's not one gold medal. If you can come to my concert, you can go to someone else's, it's fine.
Excellent. And so that's March, but before then, you'd be sunning it up in the Bahamas on a boat.
Oh, will I? What do you know?
You'd be on the date.
Yeah, the Miami cruise. I probably won't get off the boat because I'm allergic to sunshine. I'm the daughter of a redhead, I just burn. So yeah, I'll be in the air conditioning. But yeah, we're doing the Joe Bonamassa cruise, kicks off Feb 18th till Feb 22nd.
Yeah, I think it's, and you've got like Buddy Guy on there, even Live in Colour.
Bill Bramwell's second.
Have you played on one of these cruises before?
Yeah, we just did the European one last August. And I've done the American one twice, and they're great fun. I mean, obviously I'm good friends with Joe, so it's always lovely to have a catch up with him and his whole team.
Does, you know, being playing on a boat, does it sometimes get a bit of wobble factor on the stage?
Oh yeah, it's terrible, particularly if you play up top at the front. It's, you know, so I go straight to Rachel, who's Joe's sort of long-suffering PA, and she's a mother, so she gives me all the baby bands and stuff.
Talking of Joe Bonamassa, I believe you went on safari with him the other day.
I did, yeah. He's in town recording, which I think is no secret.
When I say a safari, a guitar safari.
Yeah, no, we weren't hunting animals in London. Yeah, so if anybody doesn't know Joe, he calls them guitar safaris, which basically, from what I can tell the other day, is Joe goes to a music shop and buys as many guitars as humanly possible. Because obviously, if anyone knows him, he's an avid guitar collector. So yeah, that was fun. I didn't buy anything. but it was quite the experience.
So you weren't tempted to pick up a Telecaster yourself, another one?
I'm not a big collector, and I really appreciate that Joe is, and it's great that he's out there. You know, he's probably got to be one of the top collectors in the world. But it's very much, you know, I'm not a collector of anything, really.
I thought you was in Denmark Street, so was Joe sort of moaning and groaning, but, you know, sort of...
No, I mean, as soon as you put him in a guitar shop, he's the happiest boy in the world. So, yeah, I think he came away with a couple of little amps and a, was it 59 Les Paul?
Yeah.
But,
I mentioned that for those who are not too sure about London or unaware, you know, you got Crossrail and there's a lot of shops closed down in Denmark Street now.
Yeah,
you know,
it was the first time I've been there in a few years because I bought my main guitar from Denmark Street when I was 15 from Andy's Rare Vintage, which I think now is Hank's. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it was kind of nostalgic, but yeah, there's a lot of stuff gone, which is really sad. Because obviously there's this high-speed rail link going through, I guess.
Yeah. You should have opened about 2 years ago. Still haven't done it. We lost the Astoria because of it.
Yeah.
Did you ever play the Astoria?
I didn't, but I managed to go to a gig there because I was only about 15, 16 when it closed, and I snuck out of school to see the Hoaxes' last ever gig there.
Oh, wow.
And everyone was absolutely lovely and saw me and let me straight to the front, which was I thought was wonderful. And I loved every second of it. It was very loud.
And I believe you're making a new EP.
Yep, we've just finished it. It's just sort of been mixed and mastered. So I mean, it's early days. I don't think we even have a title. I'm going with Reckless Heart EP.
Is it all going to be? So is it going to feature some tracks from Reckless Heart?
Yeah. So basically, it's kind of a carry on of the album. Really, it's a couple of tracks that didn't make it onto the album.
Okay.
That upon reflection, I think can't go on another album. They very much sound like Reckless Heart to me. So it kind of came from that, and then we were toying with doing a covers EP. So we kind of combined the two and did 5 tracks, a couple of covers, a couple of tracks off Reckless Heart, and just kind of a nice little thing. It was really good fun because it was pressure off, you know, because it's not like a full album, so it's not kind of being judged. It's just some nice music that I can give out, and hopefully fans will like it.
Would that be on sale for the tour? Would it be ready in time?
I believe so.
Good.
But yeah, 2 covers, which was really good fun because I've done about 3 covers in my entire career, but we went for modern or contemporary.
Are you keeping that secret at the moment?
I will tell you the artists were Rag and Bone Man and John Mayer.
Right.
But so it was really good fun, kind of because the pressure was off, I suppose, and I just sort of had fun with it and did what I wanted to do, which was that's always nice. So.
Talking of Reckless Heart, as we always are, why not? I think it is your best album.
Oh, thank you very much.
And I'm not the only one who thinks that because. It's been nominated for the Best Blues Rock Album by the New Music Awards. So
I just found that out yesterday. I was thrilled. I haven't been nominated for a Blues Music Award for I think White Sugar was nominated, and it's kind of a big thing in the blues scene, and not many European artists get nominated. So it's kind of a really nice thing.
Excellent.
Yeah, I'm thrilled.
Musicians are their own worst critics sometimes. You know, are you sensitive when you see a bad review or?
No. I've always had the feeling of. It's not that I don't understand reviews, it's just an opinion, isn't it? And people are entitled to them. And
there's a famous saying, or infamous saying, you know, opinions like arseholes, we've all got one, you know.
And they all stink.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it's, you know, so it's, I know everyone's always been relatively kind, actually. I think the only thing I don't like is there are aspects of social media that, I think when I was put up that picture of Joe the other day, people were really cruel and it's sort of, why, just go away. Be nice. You know, and obviously if you have an opinion, you don't like it because it doesn't sound like this or I prefer this, that's fine, but there's no reason to be.
To quote one of your songs, it's jealousy. So, Reckless Heart, the tour in March, Brighton the 2nd.
Yep, Brighton then Bath,
yep, lovely town, you know. And,
I haven't been since I was a kid.
Right.
I've got a lovely picture of me and my brother and dad outside. Is it the Royal Crescent?
Yeah.
So I might have to go recreate it.
I'll say you play some wonderful towns, you know, and you're not playing your town, there's plenty of places to go for B&B and stay over the night.
Yeah, I think we're pretty much covering a good chunk of the country, so there's no excuse to not come see me.
Exactly. Well, Joanne Shaw Taylor, I'm looking forward to the dates, and I'll be there at Nails, and see you then. All the best.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.